so the time being 5:46 by Verizon time, we'll call to order the Tilton Northfield Fire EMS Commissioners meeting tonight, January 12th of 2023. Present, Commissioner Pyra, Commissioner Ogier, Commissioner Silly, Chief Sitar, Deputy Balvani, and Kathy Tobin. All right. Next one, public comments. We don't have any here, so that's...
Two sign sheets?
Yes. Nope, I missed. I'll have to look at that after again. Okay.
Just say them out. Everything's the same.
All right.
No, it should be taken out.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we'll take a look at that. All right. So pending the commissioner's thoughts, I'd like to move to the beginning of the meeting, the non-public portion, to talk with the attorney, unless anyone has an objection to that, and that way we can reach out to him, get him on the phone. That'll be a non-public portion. You're good?
Non-meeting?
No,
Well,
it's not session.
We can do a 91A3. We'll walk through that one.
Well, we're going to non-public.
So we will. Yep.
Motion second.
Yep. Let me get the picture out. All right.
Second.
All right. So. Yeah, I have no problem making that motion. All right. So, a motion to enter non-public session is made by John, seconded by Eric. Cites the non-public session is in regards to RSA 91-A:3, consideration of legal advice provided by legal counsel either in written or orally to one or more members of the public body, even where legal counsel is not present. Roll call vote to enter non-public.
You need a second.
I'll second it.
Eric seconded. I motioned it.
Okay.
Second. Third.
All right, Paul.
Aye.
Myself, yes. Eric.
Yes.
All right. Now we can stop the recording at 5:48.
Is it red button or stop?
Stop.
Yeah, red button.
Recorder is running?
All right. So at 5:58, we are back in public session. Do we need a motion to seal the minutes?
Make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session until the matter is resolved.
Okay. Okay.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
I think that's the proper.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the reason for that, it would render the proposed action ineffective, pertains to preparation and carrying out actions regarding terrorism. No.
Because it is termed indulgence.
That could be it. Terrorism.
Affect adversely the reputation of any person or the member of this board.
Yes, that one.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, roll call to seal the minutes also is required. Paul?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Eric?
Yep.
All right, the motion did pass, and by John Silly. All right, and legal advice. Just legal advice is all I need to put for that? Or in regards to fire station committee?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then later, we'll address what we want to do, if anything, and I don't think it's going to be much of anything. All right, pass that to her. All right.
Thank you.
All right. No other correspondence? The attorney had sent an email in regards to the water district.
Yes, I thought, I
That was
have
discussed at the last meeting, but tonight we're following up on it.
following up with a starting point, perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, there's a copy right there. Kathy had it in our packets. Yep.
This is,
All right. Now, is this something we can discuss in public or not public?
Legal strategy.
Correct.
Legal strategy.
it's kind of strategizing an agreement.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it could affect the outcome of the situation, so we can go into non-public for that one.
So are we skipping down to old business?
Well, that correspondence was the only reason, so.
Oh, okay.
I brought it up, but yeah. So we can put this on, table this for well, hold on to this until,
You know, we,
yeah, okay.
I was just trying to be.
Yep.
Not that I didn't, I couldn't.
Negotiation, yeah. Right there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. All right, so the next one is old business. We had a first reading in December of the chief's motor vehicle billing insurance billing policy.
Yep.
Did people have a chance to review it again, just in case, or any questions, comments, concerns? The only part that I did look at is reading our minutes. As we said, we're going into a trial 1 year.
Yes, it is.
So-
So I had the contract was reviewed by Primax and our legal counsel. Amendments were made to the contract. I sent the contract to a proposed company. They agreed to the amendments and signed it, so the contract is in force, I guess, pending the commissioner's signing of this policy.
So in regards to that, do you have a current expiration date on that? Just if we're doing a policy.
It's the end of the, it's December 31st of '23.
One more time, I'm sorry.
It's the last day of this year.
31st. Just thinking, right now it's a policy. Does the policy need to be modified to address that or not? That it's a 1-year trial.
Policy is, well, the contract's a 1-year trial, and once we'll review it before we get to the end of the year to see whether we want to renew the contract or not. Other than that, the policy wouldn't.
Okay, because you do have a revised date in here, but it's just making sure that it's kind of public knowledge that it is a trial period and that if the policy will be revised for adjustments or appropriate.
Right.
Okay.
I just asked, I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
The fee here is a flat rate of $1,500 per hour.
Yes.
So that means no matter what, you're going to get charged $1,500.
Yes.
You know, your insurance company.
I understand that, but I'm just, and I know if you're a resident, you don't have to pay. You're not going to go after them. Or you probably go after the insurance company. But what if, I'm just wondering how many insurance companies are going to pay that? You know, somebody gets in an accident, you go and you're going to charge them $1,500 for it because somebody, let's say somebody rear-ended me. Somebody called the fire department. I did not call them, somebody else did. So I get stuck paying the $1,500 when there's no really damage to my vehicle.
Depends upon what, you know, when we show up to an accident, if it's, like we had one today, it was like a non-accident almost. We didn't do anything, we just turned around and left, we wouldn't have charged anybody for that. And I get to review every incident that we're going to send this company to see if it's really worth billing them for anything. If we go there and we have to do patient care, we have to do traffic control, we have to pick up the entries, they're going to get a bill. But if it's somebody on the highway that has a blown radiator and the smoke's going, and we show up and it's just, I just got to put water in the radiator, they're not going to be built.
I just, you know, to me, I just want to be careful about this here because like I said, we're going to end up, I mean, people are going to owe us a lot of money. It's no different than the ambulance fund there. Yeah, you're going to be lucky to collect this on a lot of insurance companies.
Yeah, I don't, first of all, only, of all the claims made, the company says you only get paid on about 60% of them.
Yeah.
And
So is this company going to go after them, or are we just going to?
They'll send a couple letters to the insurance companies, and we're not going to chase anybody beyond that, really. The insurance companies are really, most insurance companies are set up to have, they have this in their policy, and so it's just a thing that they pay out. And some of them only have like $500, some of them have $1,000 for a fire department response. We'll get what they have, up to $1,500 per hour.
I just don't want the point coming up and say, God, I went to Tilton and they got an accident. They came, guy got out of the truck and said 3 or 4 words. He wrote down some stuff, and I got charged $1,500. My insurance company got charged $1,500, and then they've only paid $500. So now my insurance is going to go up because of that. It's
We're accepting what the insurance pays.
Okay.
Okay, but does that say that in here? Because I don't see that in here
Because
anywhere.
that's in the contract.
Because our procedure, you do have following procedure will occur on a monthly basis. Review monthly disposition report, just like we do now, received from the billing service vendor. Write off receivables when sent to collections, write off resident bills not paid by the insurance. Okay, so that's that. If their insurance was $750, that's where that choice is done for that.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then the other thing is it does not include patient care and transportation because that comes out of the ComStar
That's correct.
process. Because that's one of the things I was looking at earlier is,
The company doesn't get any cut of that if you transport someone via ambulance.
No, that ComStar does the billing for ambulance.
No, I understand that, but they're not gonna try to attach any
No.
surcharge or another fee to that. You know, like, okay, let's just say that the ambulance transport was $1,000, we gotta pay, what, you know, less than 10%. So we pay $60 or whatever to,
6.5% to
right, so
ComStar.
we pay $65 to ComStar. Now it's just other company and go, oh, wait a minute, you owe us, you know,
Nope.
20%.
No, this is not,
Okay.
it precludes any of that stuff whatsoever.
It does come into that.
Yeah, we'll have to keep good notes for the year and then
Will we be
reassess.
able to, will we be able to track this monthly on your monthly reports?
Once we start receiving,
I'd be curious to see what you build and what we receive. And I understand they're not gonna jive because of however long it takes to pay, but at least we can see, okay, in the month of February, we billed, you know, $10,000.
yeah,
And let's see how much of that we
we'll
pay.
we'll definitely be able to do that. I mean, usually the payments, when I talk to the gentleman, though it's not written anywhere in the contract, it says how, from the time you bill an insurance company, how long does it take before you get a payment? And he says it can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 months, generally. So that's probably not gonna, you know, if we build, you know, $10,000 in February, you're gonna get $10,000 in March, probably not.
No, but at least we have an idea of kind of what's gonna be coming in,
Right.
just to see.
So your chief's report right now, we have, for calls, we have motor vehicle with EMS, motor vehicle. Is there a way, and this is probably an accounting, checking grid squares pain, but knowing how many are billable, I know that's probably not in your report system yet, but if there's some way of part of that chief's report that we responded to this many that we are submitting for bill,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if how laborsome that would be to
It's
kind of
not-
have that as part of the chief report.
Because, you know, we go to an average of 120 motor vehicle accidents a year. So if you average that out, it's only 10 reports that I have to look at, and that's not
Okay.
going to break the bank.
Just
And I'll
trying
be
to,
able to, of those, I can look and say, that's going to get a bill, that's not. I
okay.
can probably tally up something, or pick up something.
If, as part of the chief's report, if we could try and integrate that in for that 1 year trial basis of
Sure.
just assessing what it is and what just kind of building that history.
Yeah, and basically, I just want to see if it's worth doing.
Exactly. All right. So if that's, if everyone has, is there any more questions? I'm sorry, premature. If not, does someone want to make a motion in regards to the motor vehicle insurance billing policy?
I'll make a motion that we disapprove.
Say approve or disapprove?
Approve.
Okay.
Document number 10-15, motor vehicle insurance billing policy, dated, effective date, January 1st, 2023, with an expiration date of 12/31/23.
Okay.
I'll second.
Any other discussion on it? None said, then take a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. Yes, and she has a copy, a clean copy, because she sees how I scribble on things. All three of us need to sign it. There you go, you got that.
I smooth flow on this pen, man.
All right.
Kathy takes care of it.
Yeah, those are better. Those are good. And then I went to these. All right, the next thing on old business is comments on the PowerPoint presentation.
So I passed that out to the commission a couple weeks ago.
December,
And
yeah.
I wanted to know if you guys had any comments or revisions that are different things you want to see in it than what I presented here.
So I will say that I have not had a chance to really dive into it. It's a failure on my part. I will put that right out there. I will say one thing I really loved was getting the map in there.
I did that last year, and so that helps us.
I liked having that in there, spelling it out a little bit better. So I caught that the first reading when we viewed it.
Just on the apparatus equipment.
The pictures?
Yeah, if we can put underneath, I don't know, not just my thought, an in-service date.
Yeah.
That's nice on you. Especially with what's going on right the last
Well,
year.
because
So.
we have another, when the other is like here.
21 engine 1 is not in service.
Because, okay,
That's a picture of engine 2.
Two,
We're going to fix that. So I only put that in there because I didn't have a good picture of engine 1 yet.
Yes.
And the in-service date for that should be sometime later this month. I'll just say received on, not in service yet. Oh, but it will be in service.
By the
By
time,
then,
yeah.
by then you should have it.
and the other side of that is, because I believe it's in the warrant article, I think, for new ambulance.
Not this year.
I thought we were,
It was like 2 years ago.
no, I thought we had to order another one because of the two.
No,
That'd be-
next year,
Okay.
there'll be a warrant article
Okay.
to purchase a new ambulance that won't show up for 2 to 2.5 years.
Okay, no, that's fine, I couldn't remember when that was. And
All right.
then, I had one more.
Go.
I know you say 23%, 31%, 39%.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math, so can you put like, numbers, 500 calls?
Oh, you want the actual numbers? Okay.
I think, ideally what I'd love, and I'm willing
I
to
can have
put
both of
time
them.
if I had the data, is, okay, on a Google map, you drop a pin for every address, every call. And,
That's almost getting into HIPAA.
no, you're not putting it, like, you're not putting the actual number, you're just approximating where it is and just, you know.
Okay.
Like Highland Bike Park, they get, they get 100 calls.
Some of the high.
83.
Sorry, I felt like, but,
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm willing to do it if I had access to the information, but I just think it's an important visual because you can really see spread out through the district.
I can do that.
I know it's 22 calls.
2243.
Yeah.
It's still 200 calls, 220 calls higher than we've ever had, so.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a scrolling loop in the beginning of trainings, calls,
Yes,
flyers,
that's
and
the
things like
plan.
that?
Yep.
Okay. With that scrolling loop, is it possible to have the department resources? So like a picture of the old station, center station, a picture of Park Street, and a picture of, like you have the new stuff here to speak to, but if you can kind of hit everything that the department has as part of that scrolling loop.
Like a picture of each station.
One picture of each station, just as a, because I don't remember, just so people know where the two are, and then like each apparatus we have, so that people have a better inform of what we have
Okay.
for equipment, and then possibly like a photo of each crew. Just trying to build that community, informing them and stuff. It kind of draws them in a little bit more. I think that might help as just that scroll in the beginning beforehand.
No, it's a
And
good
then
idea.
still your new apparatus you have as part of your packet.
Yep.
But having all that of what we have, just so people, it kind of leads into some of that stuff.
No, that's a good idea. That's easy to.
It's just a.
Tie those guys and get them standing for one place.
I'm gonna take a picture, because if I tell them to send me pictures,
Found that.
On the incidents page?
Photographs?
Page 9 of the
Yep.
packet. This is just me, but we had two 100 from 2020, we've done 200 calls, and it doesn't really feel like it.
It doesn't reflect it.
It doesn't, it's like, yeah, I don't know if you shrink your scale to make it seem bigger. I know it's
To show a delta.
well, I just think it's, you want to make it.
Yeah, I know the line, you can see it's higher, but it's.
Well, like
not
here, you
that
look
much
at,
higher.
like, well, look here, ambulance mutual aid, 2083, that's a huge number,
Yeah,
you know, it's a huge jump, and I don't know if it's just changing your scale, I don't
It's
know.
probably because it's only, really, it's a 10% jump, so on a bar graph, that's really not gonna be,
You want to,
you wanna make it look, yeah,
we want to make it like,
10% is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, because in 2021, I think it was like 2014, so like, we went up 4 calls over the year before, but here we go, you know, over 200 calls higher, and just to really show it. I don't know, I'm just trying to get the visual effect so people understand that what they're getting, what we're doing.
we can try to change the scale so the delta looks better.
Yep.
I
Your,
don't know if that's possible, but I'll figure it out.
it's your metric of whatever you put your scale at, so.
It's
Your
all in an
increments.
Excel spreadsheet. and
But
it's-
you can modify that.
Yeah,
On your pie charts, a couple of things.
which one, what page you
Oh,
want?
just in general, pie
Yeah.
charts in general. One of the worst things in the world is if you can't see the pie chart. So would recommend, if a chance, is go over there and test the equipment in the cafeteria at nighttime or something, just to see how it, before the night of, to see how it reflects on that screen with the ambient light there, and because then you may have to look at changing the font of the different colors in there so they kind of contrast to one another as they spread out. Yeah, like that 19 that you can barely see, that should almost be like a neon yellow or something like that. You may have to change on page 5, your 19 calls type of incident. It's such a small pie that it's practically impossible at the 12 o'clock position.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so,
So you remember, this is a very small slide. When last year, when we had them up on the screen.
it spreads it out.
It's the same chart, but with all new numbers.
Right, it does spread it out, but also just checking your
Absolutely.
color contrast, because like you're right here, your light purple, your keys are very hard to see anytime we do it up there. So that's why having that contrast of like a bright cyan or something like that, jumping around a little bit.
So the program picks the colors.
But you
and
can modify
pick I can pick the themes,
Yes.
and I'll experiment with some
Yep.
different themes.
And I think you can also possibly modify if you want to change it. Yes, they come with a theme, which usually gives you in this area, but you want extreme contrasting so that it can stand out, especially when you do your color chart, because that's the worst thing in the world is that little square is so hard to always see up on a PowerPoint. And then, so now you're losing your reference, even though it is circular in the path it follows, it just,
Okay, I get it.
so,
This is good.
yeah.
Good.
You don't know to redo the whole thing.
Incidents, yeah. I mean, it's the same stuff we have every year, and we just want to keep it somewhat safer. Grant you have there. Yeah, not too hung up on much more. But those are just some nuances, just in trying to make it more user-friendly and community-based.
Got 2 more meetings before we can.
Yep, yeah, we can look at each time. as
Maybe we
go.
can have a sample at the next meeting, where,
I'll see what I can fix and bring it back, please.
Yeah.
because that meeting in the town hall was, got a nice white wall.
Oh, okay. Oh, projector, bring in a projector and project it
Yeah,
on the
just
wall and
look
see
at
what
it.
it's coming, because from a power projector, which,
Because we're looking at this in a
Yes.
4x7
yep,
box.
I can print it so it's one page.
Yeah.
One
But
slide
get a real
per page.
perspective on that.
If you want on the wall.
yeah, it's just getting the distance and
We
how,
don't have a projector that we can bring over to town hall.
So I thought
we don't have.
It's mounted in the ceiling.
well, town hall's going.
We could use this one, because I've used this one before, unless we have the meeting here.
We can do it here.
We can look at doing that.
Because was it the budget or something hearing we had here for, oh, it was the public hearing for the water district. we
Yes,
had
that was here.
I was able to project
Yes,
this
you were.
here.
Yep, you were able to have your podium right there and
Yeah.
walk you right through it. Yes. Yeah, that was my neck surgery. Yeah. Yeah, it's just experimenting with distance from and things like that. So we have a good, and then lots of good, this is what we've done in the community. The touch-a trucks and things like that, just that motivational kind of, hey, I remember I was at that.
It was a good few.
The touch trucks are tough now because they can't give us the pictures of the children, so we
Right.
don't, so
Not unless
very
they sign off in
few, yeah,
advance.
very few touch trucks we can actually, and sometimes they always say, well, we'll send you the pictures, and they never do, and I'm not allowed to take the pictures because it's the children, and, yeah.
At the school you can't, but if you were to do a touch truck at the outlet mall,
Oh, yeah,
you're not trapped by the school policy.
The school policies, yeah, but it's, yeah, so it's,
It's like the tanker ain't gonna post those pictures, you know.
yeah.
But if we do it, or we do like an open house in the station and things like that, your smoke trailer, that's another one to have in there, so that if the kids see it and things like that. Yeah, you can't do it as part of the school policy. They have to sign, everyone has to have a sign off in
But
advance.
they can post pictures.
Yeah, we've had a few that they like, they'll like take a couple kids out and they'll let them take that picture.
Yeah. Trying to find
Yeah,
that.
it's exactly, it was two firefighter kids and a couple staff kids.
Right. All right. Are we good with the PowerPoint for now?
I'm good.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Now we're into the email for the water district.
Well,
Sorry.
I'll tell you what, we've got to do.
We can. We'll do that as a non-public.
I thought that's what we said we were gonna do.
Well, they could kind of go together.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I didn't know it was a whole different.
Well, there's the settlement and then there's the email portion. So, oh yeah, it can all go together.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
She gave me a big old packet there.
that's what we gotta read.
And then
No, wait, I didn't get a chance to.
Okay, so we'll come back to that one. All right. Oh, you said something a second ago.
All right,
when we go over this, I have something.
Okay. That'll be
all right,
fine.
so we're going to into non-public for that.
Yeah. We'll just combine it as part of, but we'll still have. I think addressing the building committee, I think we can actually do that in public, but we'll see what,
I think
I think based on what we,
it's been in the paper.
yeah. It's just pretty much where the commissioners want to go with that, which I think we kind of have a plan in place. But if the, depending on comfort of people, if they want, I'm comfortable myself in public, but if,
So I just wanted, I guess, see what the attorney was just doing.
well, pending the letter from the attorney.
Yeah, that's just what, you know, because we may not agree with what he says, and then.
Yeah.
If you want, we can just put that off until the next meeting if you want to do that too.
Well, the next meeting will, I think we need to address, because it's out there, we need to at least address it in some fashion. Comfortable talking about it in public? Or do you want to go non-public for that one and table it?
Have no problem talking in public.
Your thoughts? All right, then, well, we're all in this together. What good or
I was
bad?
on vacation, so.
I know, that's why I had,
That's probably the worst vacation in your life.
so.
money back.
So in regards to a concern brought up on the January 4th in public by a member of the public, it was addressed about the station committee and contacting possible bidding companies without input from the full committee. Based on discussion with the attorney, we will have pending documentation. But at this point, it sounds in the initial that he does not feel we have crossed a significant legal boundary line.
No violation of the open meeting law.
Thank you. what he said. Perfect. So currently, we were going to meet with the station committee on the 7th, or was that our meeting?
That was your meeting, if they could all make it.
So we were going to try meeting with members of the station committee at our meeting on the 7th if they could. In the meantime, currently our attorney is drafting a letter after review of the email in question, and we'll be submitting that to the commissioners for review and approval, and then it will be available to the public at that point. Does that sound like where we're at with this?
I'm okay with that right now.
Yeah. Just so that public, if they're listening on the minutes and stuff, there will be a forthcoming approved letter from attorney explaining that we, how'd you phrase it?
No violation of the open meeting law.
Thank you. But we did consult the attorney based on concerns from the public. So just wanted that out there, that we address the matter to, so that's where we've addressed it to this point in time.
At this point, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm comfortable with that if you guys are, and it doesn't require any action or anything. It's more public information than anything. Okay. Good. So we get that. So kind of following our timeline, because the water district, I do want to do a non-public. Review of minutes. People have a chance to review the minutes.
I did.
Okay. All right, so I did have I did want to take them separately if we could,
Okay,
because I had a couple of questions on the 6th. So I'll gladly make a motion to accept the minute. Are you comfortable with us accepting them now, or?
I mean, probably review them, just, they're not fresh.
Yep, okay. So
different packet.
I'll make a motion to accept the public minutes of December 6th, 2022.
I'll second it.
Is there any concerns on that one? Not hearing, all in favor? December 6th, yes. Our last regular meeting. You were at that one. Yeah, I can easily pause for a second for you.
No, I remember reading them.
Okay.
I didn't have anything that jumped out.
All right. So, all in favor of
Aye.
accepting? Aye. 3-0. All right. So I will gladly make a motion to accept January 4th, 2023, but I want to discuss them a little bit.
I'll second it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right, the one for
This is January 4th.
January 4th. This is the one that you were not able to attend. This is where the comments and concerns are brought up.
And I did not.
Okay.
And I did not read.
Alright. So one of the due-outs from there, which I addressed with the chief, is there is a due-out for our next meeting in regards to the SAFER grant. We noticed last meeting that the budget amount and then the actual there's a difference, so chief is going to follow up on that part. And then there it is. I also wanted to bring up on page 5 of 6. The motion was, Commissioner Soto commented, they discussed the matter that was brought up earlier, and this was coming out of the non-public, so what was discussed in public after. Commented, they discussed the matter that was brought up earlier in the meeting, where information went out to the public committee, but without the committee's prior approval. The commissioners have decided they would like to meet with the building committee, which at the next meeting, which is February 7th, we discussed. Commissioners will decide what the next step will be. Something I did want to add in there if possible is Deputy Valvini was requested to contact Commissioner Pyra to update him on the situation. It just doesn't say anything about that, and I think we probably should have that at least kind of written in, that we kind of get you up to speed on this so that it helps with that part. We can actually.
Oh, great, thanks. I didn't make a copy.
So that's a part that I want to kind of add in there. 506.
Okay, you wrote it right on here, perfect.
That wasn't at the bottom of it, so that's why I kind of wrote it in as a part of it. Is when we discussed it, we wanted to make sure that you were kind of had a chance to come to speed, so that's why we had the deputy contact you on the matter.
Thank you for writing it here.
Oh,
that came out of the-
Can you show him what I wrote real quick?
Yes.
So this is what I added to it, Eric. That.
Okay.
So that was
Heard you
just.
say what it is.
Yep, no, I kind of wrote it down, I just felt that was important to add in there as well, as part of it. Any other questions, comments, concerns? All in favor of accepting the minutes as amended?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
3-0. Okay, so as amended. All right,
Now I have a question.
sure.
We have non-public for January 4th. Do you want to do those in non-public session?
Actually, I don't think we need to. I think when,
I'll let you look.
yeah, let us look briefly. I think Paul and I, we looked at it, but we wanted to make sure we had all commissioners present. Um, Specific reason. Ah,
That's why I asked.
yep, no. I actually think that I'm inclined to do this one in non-public as well and seal it just because of reputation of others, not members of the board. I don't know what you guys think on that. But I'm inclined to seal it.
I think it's the best interest of
Yep.
the
So that one will wait until we go into non-public for that as well.
Okay, so then you'll be having,
Yeah, we'll have to go in and come out real quick. I'm not making any more fupas, so we're gonna do what we gotta do. We need to call the attorney every time. All right, review any other business, so the manifest, yeah, so they're with Eric
Some of
currently.
them are also-
No, they're all set, are they all?
They're all signed.
All right, and we can go to her. Okay, next meeting date is February 7th.
Is that gonna be here or there?
it was going to be there.
Okay. I just gotta know where I gotta program myself to go.
It's going to be
You
here.
want the projector?
Do you want the projector? for
If
the
it's
next
available,
meeting?
let's do it here.
All right,
If it's available. If it's not, then we'll do the town hall, but
okay.
then you can,
Well, they are, wait, is that the Tuesday? No, no.
It's a Tuesday.
I don't know what meets there, but on the first Tuesday, but because they are doing work.
Right, and that's why we moved over here
Supposed
for
to
tonight.
improve the technology.
so we'll try for here unless we have to alternate it.
Here is better.
Yeah, as
Over
long
there,
as it's
it's
available.
just as good as here. when they're
Nice. All right, so at Tilton Police Department.
I'll check on that tomorrow.
Hopefully it's not snowing.
All right. Currently, the public hearing is scheduled for February 15th. I believe we said the police department for that one.
Yes, here.
So that one's already here. Before we go into non-public, I did have a question. When is the declaring candidacy start and end?
Give me just a second.
Next Wednesday.
I think so.
I think it's next
I think it's
Wednesday.
next Wednesday, but let me just double check quickly. Yes, it opens on the 25th. So then it will end on February 3rd. But let me just make
I
sure.
think we're at the end of January. 25th also, it's 2 weeks away.
That's true.
When's it close? You said the,
Okay, so it opens the 25th and closes the 3rd.
Okay. Just, and there's one position up. All right.
Hold that thought. I told you already, March, I can't make the meeting.
Yes.
Copy of the discussion.
Okay.
I just saw my calendar and reminded myself.
March 7th.
Right.
I was in Costa Rica. school trip.
March 7th?
Yeah, she's coming back about 3 in the morning, I don't know if it's 3 in the morning tonight or something, I don't know.
Wow, that's awesome.
So we're in the same hemisphere, so.
Close to it, it's like a 10-hour flight, isn't it?
It's like Central America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's like I've been down to Aruba.
Oh, way further than Aruba.
Is it?
Yes.
They even past Mexico.
So Aruba was
So
only,
Aruba was off of South America.
No, it's not. Is it off of Mexico?
No, I don't think so.
because Aruba is only what? I don't
It's
know.
5.5 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's look in the world map.
Okay, March 7th. You wanted to discuss.
Well, I won't be here.
Okay, so we need to adjust that.
I have to take my quarterly meeting got moved March 7th, so.
Okay, so when we're looking at March,
Mm-hmm.
Election Day is on the 14th. And then our meeting, district meeting is on the 20th. So-
Correct. Yeah, lots of district meetings stacked right there.
What days are you available?
Any other day, I come back on when, I'm just going to North Palmer, so it's not a big deal, but,
You won't be back.
yeah, the 8th I'm available.
Right now, I don't have anything forecasted that far. So we'll just move it from,
The 7th to the 8th?
You all set with that, Paul?
Yep.
as long as Kathy gives them a calendar.
March 7th to 8th.
Yes. Really, boys?
PDF calendar.
And
So that's on the 8th, right?
yeah, which is a
Yes.
Wednesday.
It's all good.
We have a town meeting, we have district meetings, election days,
March is going to be busy.
like.
February's going to be busy.
Yeah, the same way about February.
All right. Yeah, in
Okay.
preparations. Okay, so those are put into there. Good. I'm trying to figure out which to go into approved minutes in non-public.
I gave you,
I have it, but I'm trying to figure out which it would fall into,
which one?
to which category
Would it
to.
be the same reason that you went into non-public for that?
No. 2C.
Yes, it would be 2C.
Thank you. You're smart.
Yes.
You're off the ball tonight. All right.
I had an extra nice vacation.
All right. So I'm going to.
Then we're going to have to go into 2A after, correct?
No, it's negotiations.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, it's negotiations. It's the next one.
Lightning over it.
It's all right.
All right. So I'm going to make a motion to go into non-public session. And I'm going to make that motion under RSA 91-A:3-2C. Matters which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of any persons other than a member of this board. Unless such person requests an open meeting, this exemption shall extend to include any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy, if based on the inability to pay for poverty of the applicant. Is anyone going to second it?
Second.
Oh.
Which one?
Okay.
Why?
good.
I'll give the ball, I'll give the
I
ball.
got nothing.
No, okay.
Don't argue over it.
Just
Okay, whoever
EP.
you write down.
AP. All right. All right. So roll call vote to enter non-public. So Paul?
Aye.
Myself, yes.
Yes.
All right. So the time for this will be at 6:40. All right. The time being 6:43, we are back in public session. Motion made to seal these minutes.
Make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session of January 4th,
Okay.
2023.
I'll second it. Okay. And the reason for that is affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board. And during the non-public session, we reviewed the minutes from the non-public previous session. Okay, roll call, the vote to seal these minutes. Paul?
Yes.
Myself, yes.
Harvey, yes.
All right, motion passed. These minutes were recorded by me. All right, another one, take it away before I mess it up. All right, the next one is going to be negotiation, there it is. All right, I'm gonna make a motion again, just because it's easier that way. I'm gonna make a motion to enter non-public session in regards to RSA 91-A:32E, consideration or negotiation of pending claims or litigation which has been threatened or maybe threatened in writing or filed against the board or subdivision against any member thereof because of the membership therein until the claim of litigation has been fully adjudicated. Is that correct? Yeah, just as
I think so, but
that's. I mean, because, well, wait a second.
no,
Consideration of legal advice provided by legal counsel, either in writing or orally.
no,
Can't be that one?
no, because we did that one already.
But I'm saying, could this also be, because it says even where legal counsel is not present. So we have communication from our legal counsel with a recommendation.
But it's on a different
Different topic,
topic altogether.
but we could go in with that as well. Use that one instead.
Hmm,
For a different matter that we had legal counsel on.
yeah, there's really,
I kind of like that better than the other one.
yeah, there's really nothing in
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
So I like that, so making a motion to go in non-public under RSA 91-A:321, consideration of legal advice provided by legal counsel, either in writing or orally, to one or more members of the public body, even where legal counsel is not present. I feel much more comfortable with that one.
yes.
Okay. And who seconded that?
I'll second.
But we're both going to start. All right, Paul? Motion?
Yes, yes.
Myself, yes. Eric?
Yep.
All right. Stop the recordings at 6:46. Okay. Yep.
Before it's such a
You get
bill,
both?
okay.
All right, we have returned to public at 7:18. All right. Matter discussed was water district resolution, and my note was on the back of that thing I wrote. One of 10 notes on it. Scrap maybe. On the bottom. Yeah, that right there. Yeah. In non-public was discussed the presenting a proposal to the water district. There we go.
We make a motion to seal.
You can.
Make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session until the matter is resolved.
I'll second.
Render proposed active ineffective. Do that one. Okay, and Paul, here's your. Okay, that requires a roll call also. Paul?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Eric?
5 yes.
Okay, that passed. All right, so that goes to her as well. Back to this piece of paper. All right, that being said, we got to do that, we got to do that. I think we covered everything unless people see anything that we missed. Alrighty then.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Paul and then Eric. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very productive meeting. I wasn't expecting all
And
this
the
tonight.
time is,
Oh, and the time is
Oh, shit.
7:20.
I shut it off already.
Well, it's on the recording still of you swearing.
I gotta go